Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Another great example of how incredibly unprofessional the WNBA is. Let's talk about it. This is a little more fun, though. It's a little more lighthearted. No, don't have to get into all that cultural nonsense with Caitlin Clark. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. Appreciate all your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out, of course, to the 19, as you see here, and as you may have heard. Supposedly, the Connecticut Sun were sold to the former owner of the Boston Celtics, and the team was going to be moved to Boston, to Boston. Is it Boston? I think it's Boston. I'm not sure. Anyway, you can see his $325 million bid to buy and move Connecticut Sun turns out not yet approved by the WNBA. Apparently, Cathy Engelbert sat on this, did not take it to, I believe, the Board of Governors, which would have to approve it. Isn't that absolutely wild? As you can see here, move the team still needs approval from the WNBA Board of Governors. Pagliuca, I think I got that right? Released a statement through his group on social media on Sunday confirming an offer had been made to buy the team and move it out of Mohegan Sun Arena, but said there were still approvals that have not been obtained by the WNBA. He reached an agreement to buy the team for $325 million and then move the team to Boston. The franchise wouldn't play in its new home until 2027. And hey, the way things are going, there might not even be a 2026 season anyway. So that's kind of interesting. Central to our proposal is enabling the Sun to play in larger capacity arenas in New England. We believe our record-setting offer and deep commitment to growing the WNBA in the region that is home to the most passionate basketball fans in the nation will significantly benefit the league, the team, and all of its fans. Wait, there's more, because of course there is with the WNBA. Let me see if I get the right one up here. Wait a minute. The deal has been done for a month, and Cathy has sandbagged it by not presenting the deal to the board. That is absolutely wild, folks. And that is why we don't have a done deal yet, because it was never presented to the WNBA Board of Governors, and we don't know why. Why does Cathy want to keep the Sun away from Boston? That is a great question, but as you can see, Pagliuca offer to buy some was agreed to in July, never presented to WNBA Board of Governors. Multiple sources tell Front Office Sports the $325 million offer made by a group led by Steve Pagliuca was accepted by the Mohegan Tribe and presented to Cathy Engelbert in July. I cannot find a date, folks, because July was not that long ago, but it sounds like this has been known for, more than 5 or 6 days. Over 2 decades after the tribe brought the WNBA to Connecticut, it has been actively pursuing a sale, but the league appears to be intervening in the process. The record $325 million offer for the Sun, made by a Boston group led by Celtic minority owner Steve Pagliuca, was already agreed to by the tribe. And oh, there you go. I missed that because I was looking for a number in early July. So it's probably been a month, at least 3.5, maybe 4 weeks. So the offer also included a future $110 million investment into a practice facility, was subsequently presented to WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, but never to the league's Board of Governors. The exclusivity period expired after nearly a month, opening the door back up to other interested groups, including one led by former Milwaukee Bucks owner Mark Lasry. The Lasry-led group, which is pursuing keeping the team in Connecticut, is considered to be in active competition with Pagliuca's bid at this stage. And therein lies the problem, folks. Does Cathy Engelbert want to keep the team in Connecticut? Why? Why did she not present it to the Board of Governors? Now, look, I am no lawyer steeped in the knowledge of sale of sports teams, because it is a little different than just someone selling a regular business. There are, it's like the NFL has antitrust law exceptions carved out for them, because when you're talking about a sports league, right, the idea of the Connecticut Sun isn't to put the New York Liberty out of business, right? So it's unique in that respect. So of course, the best interests of the league are taken into consideration with sales like this and so forth. But if I was this investment group led by Steve, the Wonder Boy Pagliuca, I'd be a little ticked off. And I wonder, and this I'll have to look into more as this goes along, if he has any recourse. Because again, the sale was not rejected by the Board of Governors. The commissioner never took it to the board. And now there is another interested group that wants to keep the team in Connecticut, which is really interesting because it's not like the Connecticut Sun are doing well where they are. And if we want the growth of the league, if we are interested in growing the WNBA, a team in Boston, I think, would be a lot better than where the Connecticut Sun play right now. I can't really comment on what the league may or may not want for the Sun. Rosati said, I will reiterate that they've been thoughtful about where they've wanted the league to go and having ownership groups that are invested at the right level. I can't imagine that if there's an investment group at the right level in a great city, why anybody would not consider that to be a viable option. 100%. So what is going on? Great question. This is so wild. The Tribe paid $10 million to purchase the Orlando Miracle. They subsequently relocated the team 1,200 miles north to Uncasville. Uncasville, is that right? You tell me, Connecticut people. I don't. UConn, the university, lets in people who can't read. So I don't know if I'm all that respectful of pronouncing Connecticut towns correctly. No, that's terrible. Shame on me. In 2003, marking the beginning of professional basketball in the state, both the sale and the relocation were subject to approval by the Board of Governors, as is the case now with Pagliuca's led group. So, yeah, absolutely wild. So now the WNBA had released a statement following reports that there was that deal. It emphasized Boston was not one of the 12 cities to bid for an expansion team in the most recent process. Cleveland, Detroit, and Philly were given teams. I don't know why Philly was given a team. That's going to be wild. But yeah, so this is really interesting, especially considering for the most part, teams have control over selling their franchise. A lot of times this idea of the Board of Governors is sort of a rubber stamp thing. I'm sure there are exceptions at time, but I can't see any reason a group like this and wanting to relocate a team like the Connecticut Sun to Boston would actually be something that the Board of Governors would stop. So that begs the question, why did Cathy Engelbert hold on to this, not give it to the Board of Governors in the time, and open it up to other investors? That is what we want to know. Is Cathy Engelbert in trouble? Is Adam Silver going to have to look into this? Is Adam Silver going to have to make a statement? Because keep in mind also, this sale, because I'm sure a lot of people, the initial thought, which I completely get, is, well, maybe Cathy did that because she knows there are other people that would be interested, and that's going to drive up the price. And you could say, oh, well, that's going to drive up the value of other teams, blah, blah. But again, the WNBA doesn't get any of that money, right? Unlike the expansion fees, which they seem to be getting caught up in that. I think they're way, way overpriced, just like this franchise is way, way overpriced. The only way this money gets made back is seeing these franchises continue to be overvalued quickly and sell it for a profit, or you just want to be someone that just wants that cachet of owning a sports franchise. That is why a lot of people do it. That's why you get minority owners who own a very, very, very tiny part. That's why you get, like groups of celebrities that own Angel FC or Angel City FC or what have you, because there's no way that the Connecticut Sun are going to throw off enough profit to make an investment of $325 million worthwhile. I mean, you could get, with that kind of money, you could get very, very safe investments that are going to throw off, 15, 20, 30 plus $1 million a year in income for you. You're not getting that by buying the Connecticut Sun, but it's going to be interesting to see where this goes and what happens, if anything, with Cathy Engelbert. So let me know your thoughts on all this WNBA drama that's, hey, it's a little different than what we usually cover, which is kind of nice and refreshing. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you so much. Go have the day you deserve. I will talk to you later.